Welcome to another California Guy video. This is going to be a quick video. I'm here to talk about last night's show, Agent Carter's show. I watched it and given a little mini review. Agent Carter and Ant-Man appeared last night. The first trailer to Ant-Man appeared alongside Agent Carter, the series. And first off, let me start by saying Agent Carter was an absolutely brilliant comic book TV show, original and different. To a lot of people that's not familiar with Agent Carter in the comic books was more of a side character, basically. Peggy Carter. She appeared in some Captain America comic books. She basically was the girl who loved Captain America in World War II. She was in French Resistance. But I don't want to bore you guys on too many comic book details about Peggy Carter, and you guys will look it up, so I don't want to give too much about that all. But she basically was a side character in the Captain America mythology. She was the sister of Sharon Carter. Most people is familiar with Sharon Carter, Captain America's girlfriend and lover. She's appeared in a lot of adventures, and she was the agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I don't want to get too much into the Peggy Carter comics. I just want to talk about the show because I don't want to bore you guys with details. Maybe in a future video I'll break down the comic angles, but I want to talk about the Agent Carter first and talk about the cinematic universe connections, adaptations that was in this the 2 episodes that we seen last night. The show basically leaves off where First Avenger ends, where Captain America, crashes and he's supposedly dead and he's frozen, and so it starts with Peggy Carter. The concept is Peggy Carter being in America in the 1940s, late 40s, post-World War II in SSR. Predates S.H.I.E.L.D. SSR was the ones behind Project Rebirth, and they were behind the Howling Commandos and Captain America. SSR forms into S.H.I.E.L.D. at some point, in the show. Some point in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So basically the premiere of the show is basically a backstory to the 1940s Marvel Universe. It starts off with Howard Stark, his company is supposedly selling weapons to people overseas. So he's getting framed as being a traitor. I'm not going to go too much into details because I want people to still watch the show. But he's basically framed. So Howard Stark basically is going to get Peggy Carter to help him to get out of this jail, basically. And she's a former SSS agent, and so she's basically helping him out along with his butler, Edward Jarvis, which Edward Jarvis, to go back to the comic books, is a comic book character. And if you're familiar with the Iron Man movies, he's the program in Iron Man's walls, whatever, he's some type of, data, whatever the hell he is. But he's got his personality is some shit. So, that's basically Edward Jarvis. But he's in the comic books. If anybody's familiar with Avengers like myself, he appears in he's the outfit of Avengers, basically. He's in every Avenger comic book ever, if you're an Avenger reader. But they kind of have a unique take on Edward Jarvis. Is that, it kind of retains the comic book feel in a way, because he was Tony Stark's butler. He was his childhood butler in the comic book universe. And so, let me give you a brief story real quick, and I'm jumbling a lot of my notes up. In the comic book, Tony Stark, very wealthy, as we all know, the Iron Man. But once Tony Stark and Captain America and Thor and Ant-Man and the Hulk, all the Avengers formed together. And, that's not all the members. That's not the first original members, but I'm just giving you guys a concept. When Avengers formed, Tony Stark was the sponsor of the Avengers, basically. He loaned out his family mansion, as they're kind of implying in the TV show. So he loans out the mansion to the Avengers, including his childhood butler. So that was the concept in the comic book universe with the Avengers, is that the mansion was on loan to the Avengers, basically, and Jarvis. Jarvis is the Alfred of the Avengers comic books, basically. So, but in this TV show, this is the first official appearance of a flesh and blood Edwin Jarvis, and I guess he's the connection to Iron Man, and he got the computer data from him, basically, they're trying to say. But the interesting thing about this TV show was Howard Stark. They gave us a backstory to Howard Stark also, and it was similar to Tony. I've seen the parallels. to Tony and Howard Stark for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I like that. I like the parallel that they had in there. Again, Agent Carter was good because it had some historical details, like with women's movement, feminism, of how men were chauvinistic pigs. We were chauvinistic pigs in the 1940s, and how she's this secretary, which I like the concept. She's this mild-mannered secretary, but badass agent. Love it. Love it. Good show. I don't want to get no spoilers because I want you guys to watch it. Yeah, Vanko, by the way, in it too. If anybody knows this from Iron Man 2, that was Whiplash's father, by the way. That was an ally. They had a few details in there, SSR and Vanko. We're going to see how the show transpires. Because the concept of the Iron Man movies was technology being shipped overseas. That was the concept of Iron Man 1, basically, with Obadiah Stane. So I love how they have the parallels of Iron Man in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Good writing will make this a good, strong show. So, I recommend that you check this out. ABC has a gold mine in their hands again, and Disney Company. Let me get to my brief Ant-Man trailer. And I'm going to say the Ant-Man trailer was on point. I like what I've seen in it. I was critical of Ant-Man, but the trailer as a film, it looked fine. Paul Rudd looked good up in the movie. I liked how they had Pym in there. They kind of reimagined Pym to being a hero in the 1960s and passing the mantle with Michael Douglas playing Pym, and Janet Van Dyne. So, it's basically a passing of the torch. Some S.H.I.E.L.D. elements will be included in this movie, and I believe it's simultaneous with Avengers, I think. So, the movie was fine with Paul Rudd. I seen Corey Stoll up in there also. Check it out, people. Check it out. It's online. Good trailer. I don't want to get too deep into Ant-Man at this moment because it's a trailer, but I was impressed from Disney with the trailer to Ant-Man. Very good trailer. And I think Marvel's going to be really successful this year with the Netflix movies. The ABC TV shows, the cartoons, the film box office. They're going to make a ton of money this year. So I recommend, again, you guys check it out. Again, check out Agent Carter 2. Very good show. I actually enjoyed it. Watched all 2 hours of it. And I would like you guys to watch it. If you're a comic book fan, if you're a Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, it's all gravy and it's fun looking at these Easter eggs. My only thing is, I read an article in Cinema Blam that they were going to, the role, just like the Easter eggs, the nucleus, this is like the newborn, not newborn, but like the sperm cell of the Marvel Universe. What I mean when I say that, the sperm cell, not even a newborn yet. So we're basically getting these traps laid for us for if you're watching the movies or the show. Now, is it recommended to watch Agent Carter to understand the movies? No, people. I've said that about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This is not recommended. These are side pieces. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter are side pieces to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're not recommended. You can just watch the movies if you want, but if you're a fan of the movie series and you want to know every aspect of the universe. Oh, one more thing. I'm glad I'm on this. Now, it came back to me. This is a prequel to the Agent Carter short film, by the way, to anybody who follows the short films. So, the Agent Carter TV show takes place prior to the short film that came out a couple years ago with the Iron Man DVD. I think Thor. So this is actually a prequel. This TV show, these 8 episodes, is a prequel to the Agent Carter short film. So I wanted to get that out there. But my whole point is, before I leave off, is that this is giving you kind of the spermicide of the Marvel Universe until you get to the newborn. So you're getting a small story, but you're getting Agent Carter's story, but you're getting these small seeds to some of the films like you had in First Avengers. So you're getting that feel of it a little bit. If you guys want to understand the Marvel Universe and getting this map to bad things that's going to happen. Cinema Blam wrote about it too. A lot of bad shit is going to happen in the next 70 years, like Hydra infiltrating S.H.I.E.L.D. I would love to see that in this series, by the way, Hydra. They're already giving us the Captain America stuff, by the way. He's a famous hero. So now that gives us the clue going into Iron Man 1 that the concept of a superhero existed in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So But I'm gonna leave you guys off. I have part 2 to this show, to this video. I mean, in a couple of days. So I'm gonna leave you guys off. Have a good week. I have a little cold, so I had to give this thought out. Shout out to my people in the California Guy Group. Shout out to my man 2.0. Shout out to my man Jacko. Shout out to a lot of people that follow my podcast and videos. Peace.